All right, let's talk about it. This is a huge spoiler alert. I said earlier that I've been on a Lifetime movies kick. Quick note, I did not know like most of the Lifetime movies in the 90s and the early 2000s were based on the true stories, but I've been binge watching them on Tubi TV. But anyway, this movie is called A Matter of Justice. It's about Chris, who's right here. Her name is Dusty. She go by Dusty. That's literally what she introduced herself as. And this is Chris's parents at the top right here. This movie is about Dusty's dusty ass getting Chris murdered. She get her boyfriend Rocky to murder Chris to get the benefits that come with being with a military man. Because her trifling ass friends and told her, hey, you don't get nothing if you divorce him. Only the baby gets something. And the only way that you're going to get something is if he's murdered. Sorry. Well, excuse me, it's not if he's murdered, if she's a widow. If she's a widow, she gets military benefits, not if Chris is murdered. But the entire movie is about the mama who's at the top. The mama fights for justice. As soon as Dusty's boyfriend Rocky kills Chris, Dusty calls his mama because, mama didn't like her. Mama knew exactly what she was and who she was when she met her. She's like, oh, I don't like this hoe. And she got to go. Period. But anyway, Dusty calls the mama and say, hey, Chris is dead and this is how he died, right? Now, the autopsy had not been released yet, but Dusty knew how Chris died. So Chris's mama calls Chris's command to try to get answers as far as what happened to her baby. And she said, hey, Dusty just called me to tell me how Chris died. Didn't nobody tell me this, so how does she know? And, command looking crazy like, damn, how does she know? But long story short, Dusty's boyfriend Rocky is the one that ends up in Leavenworth because he admits to the crime and admits, he says, oh, Dusty didn't have nothing to do with it. This was my idea, etc. He took the blame because he was in love and they was going to be together. I'm not sure how they was going to be together when he was in Leavenworth, but okay. But yeah, as soon as Chris's mama found out that Chris was dead, she was like, something is fishy here. So she made it so Dusty could not have access to the military benefits that came with marrying Chris. She made sure the benefits went to the baby, her grandbaby. And that got Dusty pissed off. So Dusty went to the court to get full custody, to get her baby back. Because at that point, grandma had the baby, Chris's mom. She got the baby back, because she was waiting on the benefits to come through with having the child. So it's a lot of back and forth between Chris's mama and Dusty as far as the custody of the baby. The grandparents win custody. And Dusty's new boyfriend said, hey, we can hatch a plan. So then in the middle of the night, they go to the Chris's mama house and kidnap the baby. And they go to Oklahoma, right? So the grandparents go to Oklahoma to get the baby back. But the judge in Oklahoma said as long as Dusty and the baby remains in Oklahoma, she has a birthright. Like because she's the birth mother. She has the right to keep the child. It gets to be where Dusty down bad, her boyfriend beating on her, the baby being neglected, all of this, it got to be one point where the boyfriend just kicks Dusty and the child out of the car. They walk across state lines, and that's how grandma gets the baby back. But no, grandma's not done. Grandma says this bitch got to go to jail because she done killed my child. They get the warrants and they get Dusty arrested, and Dusty was real, her chest puffed out. I'm going to walk out of here innocent. I think not. That bitch went to jail. She went to jail for colluding in the murder of Chris because Rocky flipped on her. Because when Rocky went to jail, she stopped calling. She didn't write. She left that man for dust in prison. Like, he didn't exist anymore. She just jumping from man to man. But this was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a good watch.